Got a good one pinned. Finally. There it is. I knew it was a good fish. Guys, I'm on a nice fish. I thought I was on a snag. Old Kerm coming in clutch out here with the long weeds.
Kerm dogs, baby.
What's going on, guys, and welcome to another episode of All Mouth Bassing. In this episode, I decided to get away from all the crowds in town, and I met up with my buddy Kerm out at a little reservoir out in the Foothills. We decided to target some catfish and bass. Actually did a little stealth camping in our cars out there. We did a little bit of floating. He's got a little blow-up kayak and I've got a float tube, so did a little bit of floating for some bass and just had a really great time. It's a really beautiful reservoir up at the base of all the mountains and everything. Just a real nice little place. Doesn't tend to have huge crowds out there, and we went out there, had a little bit of luck, had a ton of fun, and that's really all I'm gonna say about it without spoiling too much. So if you guys want to see how it went, go ahead, stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. But yeah, I'm out here with old Kerm. He's ripping fat vape clouds.
Donking the waves.
Yeah, he's been out here catching bass all day pretty much. I just got out here. I actually had an absolute headache figuring out how to get down to this spot. My GPS took me to a squirrely old, like, unmaintained road. It was an awful mess. But finally down here, finally found Kerm. We're out here by the water, and I'm gonna get down there and set up a catfish rig in a sec, and then probably throw around for some walleye or bass or whatever else I might be able to get to eat. What's your plan, Kerm? You throwing for bass still?
Yeah, I might toss the frog around a bit more, maybe
Topwater. There you go. I might get into Topwater too.
I've had a good day already, so I'm not too worried.
Oh yeah, didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah, I might even throw some Topwater around too.
Get it, man.
For sure. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna shut up and get some rigs rigged up and hopefully catch some fish. All right, guys. I've got this big nasty bag of bluegill and sunnies that I've had sitting in my fridge overnight. I went out to a little pond in Pueblo and caught a few of these for cut bait, so I'm gonna go ahead and lob one of these in half and throw it on a hook. Okay, guys, typically I prefer sunfish to bluegill, but I've actually been having some pretty good luck on bluegill this year, so I decided to hack up a bluegill. I've got a midsection of it on a hook here. Got it Carolina rig, just my typical Carolina rig I usually run for cats. I got a 3/4 ounce egg weight here, running to a little barrel swivel. Got a short leader going to, I believe, a 6/0 octopus hook, and a chunk of bluegill here. So I'm gonna go ahead, whip this rig out, and hopefully I could get on a cat or two tonight. We will see. All right, guys, I'm hearing frogs everywhere out here. Kerm's actually already throwing around I think he's throwing around a rebel frog R, and I'm actually gonna try a scum frog. There's quite a bit of weeds and crap out in this lake, so I think a scum frog will be a decent bait for it. Gonna try tossing this around, and hopefully I could trick a bass or two into thinking I got a frog out there. All right, guys, I got the old scum frog rigged up now. Let's whip it around and see what we could do with it. Oh geez, I almost slipped. This mud's slick. Kerm's actually been over there grilling some hot dogs for us, so I'm gonna run over there and munch a hot dog quick, take a little break from casting.
A few ketchups.
Old Kerm coming in clutch out here with the long weeds.
The Kerm dogs, baby.
About to smash some Kerm dogs.
It's like a corn
looking
dog,
pretty good.
but a Kerm dog.
Basically, man.
Delicious.
Hell yeah, we're about to dig in.
Science, baby.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, guys, I just finished my wean. Think I'm gonna get back to casting. Okay, guys, we finished eating, and it is actually pretty late right now. It's after midnight already, so we're planning on staying out all night, but we'll probably catch a little nap. I think I'm gonna probably lay down in my car, so I decided to put up the bass rig and pull out another cat setup. I'm gonna throw my secondary out for cats too. So I've got actually this is a sunfish midsection, so I'll have a sunfish and a bluegill midsection out while I sleep for a bit, and hopefully one of them gets hit while I'm taking a little nap. We'll see. All right, got that rigged up, got the bell on. Hopefully I hear one of those bells bouncing, wake up and catch a decent fish or something. We'll see. Well, all right, guys, it's sunrise right now, and I slept like an entire bag of butts. I didn't get a single bite on the catfish rigs on either of them the whole night, so that was kind of a bummer. But I'm up now, up out of my car anyway, not really too well rested, but we're out here. I'm not gonna start floating yet. I think I'm gonna wait till it warms up a little bit for that. Kerm just woke up too. I think he's kind of in the same boat, but I'm seeing some topwater blowups, and being sunrise, it should be just about the perfect time for some topwater. So I'm gonna pull in one of these two catfish setups and then throw around my secondary with my bass rod and see if I could get something on the topwater. Probably throw around the scum frog a little bit more. Well, I might be real tired and I might not be catching any fish so far, but at least this sunrise is absolutely beautiful. Cannot beat it. Look at that. Fish jumping in the background and everything. All right, guys, I got the scum frog out now. I'm seeing some decent blow-ups. Gonna whip this around and hopefully I could get on a bass or two. Man, I need to spool more line onto this reel. I don't think I'm getting too good at casting distance. Man, I just missed the same fish twice in a row, guys. Like, not even two casts in a row, like two. It tried biting twice in a row. Like two blow-ups immediately on top of each other. I don't know how to describe that for some reason. I'm tired. All right, I got a good one. Got a good one pinned. Finally. Didn't get the blow up on camera or anything, but actually there wasn't really blow up anyway. He just kind of slurped. All right. Not a bad bass. Let's go, guys. Decent largie. Probably one of my better ones this year, honestly. I haven't been catching a lot of largies this year. Hell yes. All right, guys, this fish turned out to be almost 2.1 pounds. Beautiful largemouth bass. Let's get it back in the water. There it goes. So dope. All right, guys, that was actually my first catch ever with the scum frog, and I gotta say, all things considered, I'm pretty impressed. I had already had probably like 6 or 7 blow-ups from 4 or 5 different fish that seemed pretty interested in it, and a couple of the misses were my fault. One of the times I didn't have the drag set right, and a couple of times I actually just kind of fudged the hook sets. So sort of my fault a few times, not really the baits, and I finally did get on a real nice 2-pounder. So that was a awesome first fish on the bait. I'm gonna throw it around a little bit more. I'm gonna try to catch probably one more bass on the scum frog, and then I think I'll get some breakfast and hop on the boat, see if I could catch anything from that. Might be time to put up the top water pretty soon. I'm seeing less and less blow-ups. I'd like to get this fish I keep casting for to bite though. Seems like a pretty good fish. Like I said a minute ago, it has been eating a lot. There it is. I knew it was a good fish. It's another pretty solid one, guys. Oh yeah, that's a really decent fish. That might be bigger. I'm glad I stuck that out and kept casting at that spot. I knew this wasn't a small fish. It was feeding. Oh yeah. Oh no! No! Guys! No! Oh, I have a boot full of water now. That was like a 3 or 4 pounder. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so upset. I just lost that fish. I hope you guys could at least see that thing. That was a slob. Wow, guys. Talk about absolute heartbreak. I am freaking bummed right now. That was such a nice fish, and I lost it right at the bank. Man, I thought I had it pinned. Ah, I'm so bummed. Crazy thing is, it's back out in that same spot eating again. There's like almost no shot of me catching it again, or getting it to bite again. Man. That's so shot, guys. That was hands down the biggest bass I've had on a line this year yet. I haven't had that many big bass this year yet, so that would have been such an awesome catch. Oh well. It's part of fishing. Man, what a bummer though. Okay guys, I have been casting around this scum frog for way longer than I had planned. After I hooked up with that huge bass and lost it, I just couldn't stop casting this thing. I was determined to try to hook up with it again, or at least another one similar. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the topwater away. I'm gonna pull this cat setup in, I'm gonna pack my car up, grab something to eat quick, and then I think I'm gonna get out there on the belly boat. So I'm just gonna do all that off camera, and I'll see you guys when I get on the boat.
Oh my gosh.
Old Kerm actually just smoked a nice fatty on the topwater. I already gave up on topwater. It's probably a 2.5 or so, I'd say. I'd
say maybe high 2.
Yeah, that's a good fish. That's definitely a good fish, man.
Let's give it the official. Appreciate it, bud.
Hell yeah. Good catch, dude.
Thanks, my man.
For sure. Kerm's locked in at 238. Pretty nice fish, almost 2.5.
Pretty solid.
Not too shabby, bud. Couple nice fish so far today, and that's actually Kerm's second of the day. He caught a decent 2-pounder earlier too.
All right.
Awesome. There she goes.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Nice, Kerm.
Around.
That's tight, dude.
Awesome, man.
Okay, guys. I am finally out on the water, out on the old Scroter floater. I decided to take off the scum frog and put on a Strike King Rage Tail. I've got it on a chartreuse Ned head. It's I think it's a VMC brand, and I forget what size, like 3/16 maybe, something like that. But I'm gonna drag this around a little bit and see if I could pull a bass or two out. Alright guys, I gotta switch it up and try something that's not gonna snag up on these weeds so bad. This Ned rig just ain't doing it. Alright guys, I only switched it up a little bit from the Ned rig. I'm still going with something super finessey. I went with a real small profile bait, something that doesn't have a lot of appendages and stuff that I think could get hung up on the grass. I've got just a tiny little 1/16 ounce weight on there just for the casting distance and to help it sink a little bit, but I think it'll be light enough to still kind of drift over the top of most of the weeds. And yeah, I think this little rig could do me pretty well. It's a 3-inch stick bait on a Texas rig with 1/16 ounce bullet weight, and the color is, I believe, Carolina pumpkin chartreuse. So decent looking little setup. I'm gonna toss this around and hopefully get a bite or two. And if my reel sounds funny now, it's because I just managed to ditch my whole combo in the water, unfortunately. So it's seen some better days. It's actually the second trip in a row that I've managed to drop my whole setup in the water. Yeah. Guys, I'm on a nice fish. I thought I was on a snag. Oh yeah, she's good. Yeah, I thought it was on a snag, guys, and then it started moving. This is a beautiful bass. Hell yes. Definitely gonna be my best bass from the boat, from the float tube. Oh, does it have me hung up? It's either got me hung up or it's just yanking. No, it's just pulling hard. This is a beautiful fish. I was not expecting this. My reel's acting funky though from being dropped in the water. Oh, buddy, that is a nice fish. Let's go. Hell yes. That is a beauty. Stop doing that, bud. Let's go. That's a good 3-pounder. Hell yeah. Not too shabby, guys. Good 3, bro. It's gotta be. Nice fish. All right, guys. This fish actually turned out to be a, what, 2.5-er, Kerm?
Yeah, 2.5, I think.
Right around 2.5. So it's actually, if it was tummied up, I'm pretty sure I would have been right and it would have been a 3, but it's not really tummied up. It looks like it's already spawned out, unfortunately. But beautiful fish, big old head on it, big old mouth. Absolute beauty. Real stoked it bit. We grabbed a couple pictures. It actually is like a 17.5-incher. It's a real long fish, so if it had a gut on it, I'm sure it would have been at least right around 3. But anyway, let's let this beauty go. There she goes. Hell yeah, guys. That was awesome. Alright, guys. It's starting to get a little bit windy out here. Kerm and I were out here all night last night and all today so far. It's like noon already today, and I think we're gonna call it a day, but Kerm's gonna, no, you're good, but Kerm's gonna go ahead and he's just gonna paddle at his own pace on the kayak, so he's probably gonna be way ahead of me. So probably the last we're gonna see of Kerm for the day, and I'll probably do a little bit fishing on the way back to my car, but other than that, probably be outro time pretty soon here. All right, guys, I'm kicking back to my car now. I've got the crappie jig rigged up. Having the chartreuse on this shouldn't be too bad of a thing because the water's pretty muddy. It seemed to work out with the stick bait I was just throwing that had the chartreuse tip there. So gonna throw this around. It could loosely resemble a bluegill kind of, so bass might hit it, and plus there actually are quite a few crappie in this lake. So we'll see if I could get on maybe some bass or crappie with this. I'm gonna start whipping it around and I'll be kicking my way back to my car as I fish. Well, guys, I'm just about back over to my car, and it is too weedy over here to really cast this anyway, so I think that's going to be just about it for this video. I'll see you guys in the outro. I lied, guys. I actually took a couple more casts and I'm on a bass now. Hell yeah. I'm really glad I decided to take another cast or two. You tighten my drag a little. Oh, jeez. Kind of cool fight. Easy there, big guy. Little 1-pounder, if even. Hell yeah, I'll take it. Alright, guys. Third largie of the trip. Beautiful little fish. Just a little 12.5-incher, little dinky guy. Probably, maybe a pound if he's lucky. Gonna let him go though. Oh, geez. Good healthy release. Hell yeah. Well, alright, guys. I cast around for quite a bit longer. I got a couple more bites, but I missed them, so I think that's a good point to call it a day. I think we'll quit while we're ahead. Caught a few nice bass and had a good night. Had a good day today. So, like I said, I think that's a great point to stop. Thanks for checking it out, guys. And for real this time, I'll see you in the outro. All right, guys. As always, thanks for watching another episode, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. As you could see, that was just a really great time. We ended up having some real good luck. He and I both got into a decent topwater bite. Then we got on the boats, floated around. I got into some real nice bass off the boats. Well, a real nice bass, I should say, and then another little dinky largie there, which I was still pretty stoked to catch. But if that one bigger bass hadn't been spawned out, I bet that thing would have been closer to like 3.5 pounds, but it was spawned out, so unfortunately it was only a 2.5 pounder, but still put up an incredible fight and still was an absolutely beautiful fish. Almost an 18-incher, just had some real nice colors to it, and it was actually one of the nicer bass I've caught this year so far. And I also lost literally my best topwater bass of the year so far easily. Possibly would have been my best bass of the year, I'm not sure, but it was a freaking monster, absolute chunk of a fish. I had it on that scum frog. I thought I had it pinned, and I just had my rod tip too high, was trying to pull it up out of the water, and the thing freaking spit me, unfortunately. But I did get some pretty cool footage of it at least, and that was pretty neat at least, even if I did lose the fish. And aside from that, everything went pretty great, honestly. I was stoked with the fish I did catch, had a great time camping with Kerm. Seemed like Kerm had a real good time too. We probably got into an average of like, I'd say about 2 pounds with the fish we caught. They were real nice fish in general for the most part, and just a good time in general. So thanks again for sticking around and staying tuned and checking out, guys. I definitely appreciate all the continued support, and I'll see you guys on the next one, and I'll see you on the water.